Staff ready?
Yeah.
Perfect. Good evening. I'd like to call us to order. Cadillac Planning Commission for September 29th, 2025. If people are able, please join us for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mackenzie, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Shippers. Host.
Here.
Rice.
Here.
Bunce. Bosher.
Here.
Bauman.
Here.
Bent.
Here.
Van Pelt. Putvin.
Here. Thank you, Danielle. Okay, tonight obviously, as everyone's aware, this is a special meeting for us, so approval of the agenda here again for September 29th, 2025.
Move approval of the agenda.
Second.
Putvin.
Yes.
Bosher.
Yes.
Bauman.
Yes.
Van Pelt. Bent.
Yes.
Rice.
Yes.
Shippers. Host.
Yes.
Bunce.
Next we have approval of our last meeting, which was August 25th, 2025, meeting minutes.
Move approval. I'll second.
Bauman.
Yes.
Bent.
Yes.
Bunce. Shippers. Van Pelt. Rice.
Yes.
Bosher.
Yes.
Putvin.
Yes.
Host.
Yes.
Moving right along. Public comment. Anyone has anything to say
Why do we have two public comments?
that doesn't pertain to what we're going to talk about tonight? Because we'll be talking about that, but, so, public comment time, if anyone wants. Okay, seeing no one, moving along. We have no public hearings this evening. New business. Wall Street vacation application. Having read that. Ms.
Yes.
Teresa?
Well, I want to first make sure that everybody received their packet, had a chance to look at that. The application is in there for the Wall Street vacation. And the staff has a recommendation for the Planning Commission to review the submitted material and consider approval of the requested street vacation as part of the Lakeland Apartments development application. The Planning Commission would be adopting a resolution of recommendation to vacate, which is sent to City Council for the formal process. We also have the developer here, if you do have any questions at this point, or he can come up after my next presentation.
The reason for this is to provide what?
For additional area for, let me bring it up on the map to show you. So in my presentation, you're gonna see the existing site condition, and it is this spot right here that needs vacating, right here.
Oh,
So that way it joins all of these 7 parcels together.
got you. Okay, so that's just a paper street at this stage of the game.
A road to nowhere.
Exactly, okay.
And we've also had the other directors review all of this, so we've had utilities, DPW, all of that, to give us any conditions or any concerns.
Okay.
And none have at this time.
Yeah, I went by the short part, come off the thing, and I go, well, this ends here. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you for the explanation.
yep, absolutely.
Anyone else have a question? Yeah, okay. So at this stage, who wants to do what? Somebody want it from them? Do they need to speak about it, or we're good with this?
That's up to you.
or-
Do you want to speak anything about that? It's up to you, just that
It's fairly clear there was never a road there.
There.
they need the property. Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
For staff, it appears from the original plat that the railroad wasn't there yet, or that it was, the road actually crossed the railroad.
I didn't see that, so.
Looking at the fine this was-
Right here.
Must have intended to cross them.
Ah, he's right. Wall Street the other side, so that would have been a continuation.
Right, right.
I'd move approval of the requested street vacation as a recommendation to the city council to adopt a resolution of this recommendation to vacate through their formal process. Will that work?
I'll second it.
Mr. Fent?
Van Pelt, Rice,
Yes.
Bauman,
Yes.
Shippers, Bunce, Host,
Yes.
Putvin,
Yes.
Bosher,
Yes.
Bent.
Yes.
And the biggest reason we're here is for the Lakeland Apartments final site plan approval. There, okay.
Well, thank you everyone for coming this evening. We're gonna talk about the Lakeland Apartments, and this is for the final site plan approval. So let's go over the project overview again. This is going to be 252 apartments across 7 buildings. It's called an RPUD, which is a residential plan unit development. Total site is 11.24 acres, which would be a combination of all 7 parcels. It includes 3 storage buildings in a central park area. It will have 3 development phases. The location is between Cobb Street and Paulister Street, east end of Mosier and Copier Street. Want to make sure I pronounced that correctly. So on the map here, you can see in the blue, those are the areas that are the 7 parcels. And this is the existing site condition, so it's within the Cadillac city limits. It's a mix of wooded land, and there is 1 residential home on the 1 parcel. Mostly under or undeveloped, some mature trees and open areas. The surrounding land uses and zoning. So it's cited for zone RM-1, which is multifamily residential. But then I wanted to point out the adjacent zones. So the RM-1 blue is all in this blue area. The R3 is all the purple area. The parks and open space is that bright lime green here. And B3 is in the red area. The proposed development details: 7 parcels totaling 11.24 acres. It supports sewer and stormwater systems. Phase construction plan, central park, storage for residents, future dog park. Zoning, land use, and RPUD requirements. The RPUD allowed as a special land use. It must comply with the RPUD and district standards. Its flexibility for setbacks, density, and mixed use. Requires public utilities, underground infrastructure, city approval of roads and utilities. Infrastructures and utilities. Water installed in phases. The fire protection and backup water supply included. Sewer maintenance access maintained. Traffic and access. The primary entry will be on Cobb Street. Emergency or secondary access to Mosier and Copier Streets. Signage and central dumpster to help direct traffic flow. There's a traffic study completed, but still work with city engineer on traffic plan and future coordination with MDOT. Site design and parking. Internal roads and parkings meet the code. It's ADA compliant spaces. Parking 1.5 spaces per unit. And design minimizes impact on nearby neighborhoods. Landscaping and amenities. Landscaping meets ordinance requirements. Central park and a dog park. storage buildings for the tenants built on the site, and leasing office will be moved to the building phase 2. Staff and agency review. Plans comply with the city's zoning and standards, pending final agency comments. Must address utility, fire, and engineering feedback. Final plans to detail walkways, signage, lighting, landscape, and storage. The special land use standards, harmonious with surrounding areas and properties. No negative impact on enjoyment of adjacent properties. Enhance the site and community, meets housing needs. No hazard or excessive impacts, traffic, noise, etc. Supported by public facilities and services and consistent with the city's master plan. So these are my recommended planning commission conditions. Number 1, continue working with the city engineers on traffic plan and future coordination with MDOT. City may request traffic data after each phase of off-site improvements if needed to keep traffic flowing smoothly and maintain surrounding roads. Number 2, MDOT permit before proceeding with improvements in the MDOT row or MDOT right-of-way. Number 3, meet all city codes for utilities, streets, fires, and building. Number 4, show detailed building layouts, grading, address brownfield requirements. Number 5, obtain the street vacation approval. We can check that off, we did that. Number 6, complete the lot consolidation. And number 7, consider a fence or barrier along the west edge of the properties. Conclusion and recommendation. So Lakeland Apartments aligns with the city's zoning and housing goals, supports neighborhood growth, added needed multifamily housing, meets infrastructure and design standards, approval recommended, subject to final condition and studies. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Teresa?
Could someone summarize the traffic study that we just got tonight?
Someone's going to.
Kyle is your traffic engineer here.
Yeah. Yep, our traffic engineer.
Teresa,
Yes.
you had 7 conditions, there's 6 on our printout. Which one was added?
Oh, thank you. Let me go back. You are correct. I did add at the last minute, number 2 on this page, the MDOT permit before proceeding with improvements in the MDOT right-of-way. I just got that from our city engineer, so I apologize for that. That's the one I added, number 2.
Which would involve Mitchell Street.
Yes.
Okay.
All good. Did you guys see the first traffic study? We did a revision, or is this the first one you've seen?
September 26th, first
Okay.
one I've seen.
Okay. So with this revision, the only thing we've done from the previous one is we added in Mitchell and South Street. Originally, sorry, Jacob Swanson, Fleece and Vanderbrink, traffic engineer for the developer. So as I was saying, is with the revised version, which we just did, we added in the intersection of Mitchell and South Street at the request of the city and their traffic consultant. So we collected data at several intersections. We evaluated the existing conditions right now. We added a background growth, and then we added the proposed development. We did it in each phase to determine the impact of each phase in case anything was needed. What we found was that there are some delays currently in existing conditions for the westbound approach at Cobb and Mitchell. With the hospital there, there's a fair amount of traffic there. However, it's not a significant delay, and when observing the modeling, we saw the queues were acceptable level, 2 to 3 cars. What we believe you guys probably see is when the hospital peaks, you probably see a little bit longer queues at that intersection just from the influx of traffic. But what we've seen in both the data collection videos and our modeling is that it dissipates and it goes away pretty quickly. So basically, what we saw from the study is that with the addition of this, the study intersections will still operate acceptably. The recommendation of our study is for that Mitchell and Cobb Street. There was some concerns with vehicles queuing northbound and backing into the intersection and blocking it. There's currently a do not block intersection sign, but it's located on the wrong side of the street. So you want to pull that back. That's one of our recommendations, as well as pavement marking striping within the intersection to show do not block there. There are several, I believe there's 4 options within the MUTCD. One is just a new do not block. You can stripe it. So there are several options. Mitchell Street is under the jurisdiction of MDOT, so we'll have to go through their review and approval. But that's essentially the recommendation of our study to just improve the safety of that intersection with this development.
What about impacts on Mosser and Copier Street?
In terms of both those Mosser and Copier with Mitchell currently operate acceptably. There's very little traffic on there. There's only a few homes. So with the addition of this, it should still operate acceptably. There's enough capacity at those intersections to accommodate additional traffic. And additionally, with this development, they have 3 access points, one through Copier, one through Mosser, and one through Cobb. So it kind of disperses the traffic so you're not funneling everything out one direction.
So when you say acceptably, that must be an objective standard that you use in your...
Yeah, so in traffic engineering, level of service D is considered acceptable, E and F is failing. I believe both of those are at B's or C's, which is 10 to 20 seconds of delay per vehicle. A D gets to 35 seconds for unsignalized and 50 for signalized.
Obviously, the folks in the neighborhood were concerned about volume, and that appears to essentially triple or quadruple depending upon which street, right?
You will see it does go from like 12 to 30. So the capacity of those roads is of just a general neighborhood road is usually 1,000 cars. So we're significantly under that. So it is going to greatly increase but we're going from a couple digits to a few more. So.
Thank you.
Any indication what MDOT is going to require? Because that ultimately has an impact on one of the conditions.
For the do not block recommendation?
Well, for Cobb and Mitchell.
I expect MDOT will agree. I'm not sure how that signage got placed on the wrong side, so I think they'll agree with that part. And the pavement markings shouldn't be a significant ask, and I think if there's been identified concerns that's been a problem, they shouldn't have a problem with that. The problem is that intersection already has a left and a right turn lane, so really the only option to improve it further would be put a signal, and it doesn't meet any of the warrants for a signal, so MDOT would not approve that. So you're kind of limited in what you can do.
On that southbound Mitchell is queuing towards Cobb is also a bit of a... Did you see any issues with that? Essentially crossing, so if you're coming south on Mitchell, you're right in the middle of that south intersection. Did you see any issues with that?
No,
Increased volume?
Yeah, there's a good amount of gaps we saw on Mitchell Street, so we didn't see much queues along Mitchell. And additionally, that signal, the one thing the signal does is it kind of creates gaps. So the good and bad of that signal is you'll have people queued up northbound, but then you have gaps in the northbound and the southbound traffic to allow people to pass through that Cobb intersection. So it's good and bad of having that signal is it artificially creates gaps for traffic. So
Understood.
excuse me.
And this is a curiosity question. When you do a traffic study like this and you have MDOT involved, do they make all of their own conclusions? Do you come with recommendations to MDOT from this? How does that process work and affect?
It's all different. When you have access, like if they were proposing access directly on Mitchell, which is MDOT's, like they would have to get permits. MDOT gets a little more specific. Since this is all off, they will review the traffic study and provide comments or feedback at their purview. But they get more tight when it's on their actual roadway. So they somewhat default to the communities and listen to you guys on your opinions of it. But if it provided the study, they will review it and provide any feedback they may have. Available for any other questions if you have them.
Thank you.
Thank you. 'Cause we didn't have time to go through that.
And it was 138 pages. I spared you the part that you could actually read. I didn't figure you, I mean, some of you might be able to, but the 138 page document is available if you would like it emailed to you.
You didn't email the shorter one to us, did you? Okay,
That's why we had nothing, so.
okay.
When you sat down, you go, oh.
I just want to make sure I didn't miss it.
I'd like to ask something if I could, please. If Kyle, if you don't mind coming up and maybe helping me with this. Yeah. So I pulled this up. Could you, just for reference and for all of us, let us know in phases which one are gonna be the first couple buildings built, then the next, and then the next? Because I'd like to know where the traffic's coming from or where they will be going, like the first group of apartments.
Yeah, so this one does not have the phasing line on it. But,
Right.
These two buildings are the first phase.
Okay, so where would people normally, or where would they
Here's the
just
base.
like routinely come through? Oh, this is the one.
They have
got.
bigger maps up there too, Kyle, so they're looking at the same
Okay.
thing you're
Yeah.
looking at.
Awesome. Yep.
So those are the first two, so then where would everybody just head out if they were just in a hurry to go someplace? Where would they naturally go to or go from?
You're gonna go back to.
They would go up to Cobb Street.
Okay, to Cobb.
Yep.
Now, do you see like the second phase, are they gonna be rotating, going someplace different?
Second phase, so second phase would
Yeah.
be the same. Yeah, so this will
Okay.
not be built until the third phase.
Okay, till the third
Yep,
phase,
this whole
all right.
leg right here will not be built.
Are you referring to the road that's gonna come from Cobb? It won't be built till the third phase?
This one's getting
No, no,
Could go either way.
Oh,
Up here,
yeah,
okay,
that south road.
all right.
Feel they get out there, they go this way.
Did that help any of you,
Straight across.
or,
I think people are going to find the fastest way out.
right, yeah,
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
So the, what appears to be like a roundabout at the end of Copier would be the third phase,
Correct.
kind of the final
Yep.
phase there.
Yep, that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay. And I know we talked last time about Mosser. You know, there was a little talk about, you know, putting a gate up, this, that, all of that. Did all access to Mossier leave, or is it no accessible through that parking lot yet, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mosser, I think Adam probably could elaborate on that, but that's still,
And that's part of phase two.
Adam Feenstra with Feenstra and Associates. Our connection to Mosser will be built with phase one, and that's proposed as a standard connection. In phase two, when we go to build that building that's almost like an extension of Mosser there, that's when we put up that gate to the parking lot, because that parking lot and that connection to Mosser is actually pretty important for the fire trucks for access and turning. But we don't want the people who live in that unit to be able to just hang a left and speed down Mosser. We want them to have to go around, hopefully choose Cobb, or go around and then slowly kind of get onto Mosser. So we wanted to keep that parking lot separated from the street.
Oh, I see.
okay.
Would it,
I was worried.
to relieve some of Cobb, would it not make sense that if you live there, to just go down Mosser and versus gating it off?
Well, they still can go down Mosser.
There's still
They
an
just
entrance from the side right there.
they just can't go directly. We're
Left side?
Oh, okay, they gotta zip around through the other parking lot.
yeah, yep.
Okay.
So we're forcing all of our traffic to come from the north to the south and do a 90-degree turn onto
Got
Mosser,
it.
instead of being able to just
Yeah.
Right, that's. gonna
start
slow it
accelerating
down
and
a
going.
lot, which
Yeah,
is
it will
probably
slow them
good.
down a
Okay.
lot.
Okay, nope, that makes more sense. Cause if I would've looked over here at the legend, I probably could've determined the dotted lines were fencing probably,
What was that? It's fencing.
right here. Maybe.
Yeah, what is that dotted line? I don't think that's,
Yeah, that's not fencing.
On the, by the entrance?
kind of, you can see it around the, your storage buildings as an example.
Oh, that's,
Are you on the sheet that shows the phases?
Yeah.
That's just the phase line itself.
Oh, okay.
So no, that doesn't show.
Okay.
The actual fire department gate will be right at the edge of the right of way, because we can't put a fence across your street, so we're putting the fence right on the border there.
Okay,
Oh, I see.
that makes more sense too.
Cool. Okay. What's that? Gets bigger.
What is a stop bar? It's just a speed bump or?
Oh, it's just, anytime you approach a stop sign and it's the thick white bar,
Oh, gotcha.
that's all it is. It's
Okay.
telling people where to stop so that other people can make their turns.
Okay.
Pretty self-explanatory. When do you guys plan on breaking ground for this?
So we'd like to, break ground this fall, yeah, ideally, is our intention, but I would think buildings would start going up in the spring, early spring. So to get some of the mass grading done and site work now, while we have some decent weather yet, and then kinda hit the ground running in the spring with construction.
And this is a guaranteed go. As long as the town council, the city council approves it.
Yep, we have, a grant that we're working on that, well, actually was a big part of the special meeting because it opens up on October 1st, and that's a big piece of something that we need to make this go. But with it being, that's the MI neighborhood grant, so with it being opening October 1st, it's kind of a first come, first served thing. If we can get approval tonight, we'll go right in and apply for the grant, and we have a really good chance of getting it. So that is about half of our funding. So-
Does this have to go through council yet?
I don't think
The
so.
only,
No.
the only
Only
piece
for-
that has to go is the street vacation.
is the,
Okay.
And do we know what the cost of an apartment's gonna be?
that's the reason we had the special meeting, so they could finish the
Okay.
traffic stuff.
Okay.
And be here,
Yep.
and
Yep.
October
Has there been
1, they
meetings on
can
this
keep the
before?
ball in motion.
Final site plan.
Yes.
And I know this has been asked, probably multiple times.
I was on vacation.
None of this in the grant that you're applying for is subsidized housing dependent.
So a very small portion of it will be 60% of area median income and less. I think it's 3 units total in the first phase. The rest of it will be between 80 and 120% of the area median income. And that is a requirement for Brownfield and the MI neighborhood grant that we're going for.
What's that work out to?
As far
Like
as
a monthly rent?
monthly rent, will be 13, I think we're right around 1350, approximately on average.
2-bedroom? 3-bedroom?
We'll have a combination, we'll have a couple 3 bedrooms, which will probably be in the 1600 range. 2 bedrooms would be in the 1450 range. 1 bedrooms would be in the 1350 range, so.
That pretty consistent with what the Lofts is doing?
Yeah, yep. I think the lofts have some in the 1600 range. But yeah, I think that'll be very, very consistent with the lofts.
Okay.
I
Yep.
think they had studios around 9.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, we won't have any studios. We actually, we just last week closed on the last parcel, so we own all the pieces now. We just closed on the entrance parcel up front where the utility company owned previously, so,
You got a lot of earth to move for winter.
yeah.
You have to bring a lot of fill in.
Not too bad. I think it balances actually pretty well, but there's a lot of dirt to move.
Most of us just moving on site then.
Yes.
Those
Yep.
that work, yeah.
I think there's a couple thousand yards extra that we hope to add to the berm between our site and the railroad tracks.
Okay.
Any problem with this fence that they brought to your attention this evening? I'm just asking. Something about the fence on the west? I don't know,
Yeah,
it's
you
part
were-
of her 7 things.
Yeah, so we did detail a fence on the west side of that entrance, a 6-foot privacy fence. Yeah, as a little buffer between our site and the neighbors. We're working on a photometric plan also, so we don't.
Lighting, is that?
Yeah, we don't disturb the neighbors in that manner too. So
What about the parking lot lights in the neighborhoods?
in the site itself, we don't have that plan done yet, so that's not totally spelled out, but.
It's not spelled out, but the current standard is fully shielded, so they're all downward facing, and you know, I don't know if there's clauses in your ordinance specifically about, you know, how much illumination can spill onto neighboring parcels, but it's very common for that to be a stipulation, and usually these lighting plans work out to either 0 candle or, you know, impact on the neighbors, or like 1 like foot candle or something like that. So it's the goal is always to basically shine no light on the neighbors directly, and to keep everything downward facing, to minimize that glare for neighbors' houses and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of parking area here.
Yeah, there's a lot of parking area.
Mhm.
We also, it's about a 1 acre piece in the middle, that park area with walking paths. It'll be nice for residents also.
Oh, maybe that one too.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
The triangular.
Yeah,
looking-
It's easier to see
Yep.
on the other side, actually. It's got a couple
Yeah, I was
pictures.
gonna say different ones, it's
Okay.
easier to see.
This one's much easier.
This one.
Hey,
What?
here's the one.
Oh. Oh, that'll work too. It's actually bigger. It's
It is.
perfect.
It's upside down, John.
Well, you know, when you got glasses on, I can still see the park. Pick on me tonight, okay.
And it's got a nice development.
Wasn't me.
Yeah.
Teresa, question for you.
Yes.
So, site plan approval does not need city council approval.
Correct.
Okay. We're looking at this.
Mhm.
Where's the stop gaps that, you know, that we're missing? This is, yeah, site plan approval, but there's a lot that goes from this to this hitting the ground, meeting all the other requirements. We approved this here. Where's our stop gaps that have to happen? Yeah, that, you know, you've got your recommendations in here.
Mm-hmm.
Say number 2.
Number 2, which is actually number 3.
Right.
Right. Yep. With those, I mean, when this starts, there's gonna be certain points where myself or somebody from utilities, the other directors, we actually go out to the site plan. We're actually viewing the site plan, going through those checklists, making sure all of those items are met. But also, those need to be listed with the conditions to make sure that you agree with these, or we're gonna add any more conditions. And then I'm the one that's gonna be following all of those to make sure that they're considered. And also, like I said, with the lighting, that's like in a checklist that I have, that I'm gonna be going through the zoning ordinance to make sure, did they follow the lighting? Did they do the landscaping? Did they do the fence? Did they do this? So, and then they also cannot get like an occupancy permit unless all of those things are met too, also meeting with the building inspectors, all of that. Does that answer your question, or?
I think so, and I
Okay.
was asking partly because this is your first
Right,
project.
yes, exactly.
You know, and for us to put our stamp of approval on it, just knowing kind of the whole process here.
And just for context too, I feel like this came along pretty quick, but in the background, we have been working on it for, I think, either just over a year or about a year, with city staff, and it's been going on a long time and back and forth and all around, so we've had a overall great experience, but yeah, we've made a lot of changes to the site plan also throughout the process.
Yep, and I think with him working with John and with Danielle and going over those, and I'm coming in, just at the end of it and everything, but also working with Kyle, we've got the relationship that we talk every week or every couple of weeks. We're updating each other, we're following, conversation of what's happening, what's going on. And again, this is not something that, okay, he's here, you approve it, we walk away. I mean, I also am going to hold his feet to the fire, say, hey, did these steps get finished, completed? So, and also I'll be giving you updates. And I want that feedback from you to ask me, Teresa, what's going on with this project or with that project? Where are they at with it? Give us pictures. I can take pictures, bring pictures, do all of that. I expect you to take a drive out there, take a look at it.
I would also like to add too that, you have two sheets in front of you. City staff had 10 sheets to review as part of this. So there is a lot more detail on different sheets. We have a sheet completely dedicated to like the fire trucks, the routes, and all the information that the fire department wants to see to ensure that they have good access, they have the turning movements they can make and everything. So we have a lot of information already prepared and submitted that the various staff departments have already reviewed as part of this. And so kind of the remaining comments are just kind of the few touch-ups from that detailed review.
City staff doesn't let the site plan get this far without having department head approvals for all of the key major things that need to change on the site itself. The photometric plan, that's something that we can typically hold for them to submit prior to getting that true, your site plan is officially approved.
Is that on your checklist, photometric plan? Okay, so it doesn't need to be an additional condition, I guess is my main question.
No, typically, there's that, I think meets all city codes for utilities, streets, fire, and building. I think maybe you could just say all department head reviews, something to that.
That's what it used to
standard.
say, I
Yep.
remember.
Yeah.
Guys, just out of curiosity, what is a hydrodynamic separator? I say it's part of the storm sewer system, but what are you smiling for?
Because it's a
part of the
fancy
last
word
round
for
of
something really
changes.
simple, I bet.
Yeah.
Right.
So a hydrodynamic separator is basically a really fancy catch basin. It's got some extra fins in it that serve to swirl the water around in a way to get suspended dirt and everything to drop out before it leaves the site.
Does it periodically have to be cleaned out?
Yes,
Something you guys do or the city does?
that will be entirely on us.
Okay.
We're specifically actually putting them just before the stormwater structures that are going to be shared between us and the city, so that we get all our dirt out before it even hits the pipes that have any city water going through. We also do plan on maintaining the pipes that the city water goes through as well. It's all on our site. We plan to take care of it all.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Now, you have a primary snow storage area. Does the property then slope that direction? Is that standard means of runoff? There's no retention pond or anything here. You have a lot of surface area Will it all go into the storm sewer, or will you have runoffs?
It's all going into the storm sewer, and we are actually working with Eagle right now to obtain the final permit. It's already gone initial review, undergone initial review. You can see on the plan we're diking off the big wetland system near Polster there. And what that's doing is that's going to take basically all the water that's currently heading into that wetlands and all our water as well, and it's going to store and release that at a more controlled rate than it currently does. So we're actually, the goal is actually to improve the stormwater quality for not just our piece, but another 140 acres of city-owned or city contributing area to this, and improve that stormwater quality, improve that stormwater retention, reduce the impacts downstream, make sure that we don't overload the culvert under Polster and have some sort of erosion problem and wipe out Polster. We're trying to kind of really improve the situation all around for everyone.
Okay.
Maybe just all of these pieces, like the fence. Oh, maybe that's a good question. For staff, the end of your conclusion, what are applicants' response to outstanding comments and required studies?
Oh, is that on my report?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. What page?
End of your conclusion, doesn't have a page number.
The last page are you at? I'm sorry.
Your report, I don't, yes.
Okay, so
Yep,
where
right
does-
above your name, so where it says conclusion.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, subject to the above conditions. So those are the conditions right there, the 1 through 6?
The last sentence of that.
Oh, the last sentence, I'm sorry. Approved of the final site plan RPUD as a special land use is recommended, contingent on the applicant's response to outstanding comments and required studies. So the outstanding comments are any that you had here, and the required studies was the traffic study.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry, it's been like a week and a half since I wrote it, so. Lot going on since then.
I think the only other question I have is, I'm reading in here, and you're hoping a year in between each phase. Is there a deadline of when this has to be finished? I'm asking more on the city end of things.
Right.
We get phase 1 in here and it bombs, heaven forbid.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there a requirement to continue to finalize the project?
So what we would do, or I would recommend that we do, is after each phase, that we kind of do like a closeout, that we've done this first phase, this is where we're at, come back to you, revisit it, and then we hear from him to come in, this is when we're gonna start phase 2, go over all of the conditions, or make sure everything was met for the first phase, then they go ahead and start the second one. Normally, if he can give us an estimate, we need to have that documented, that this is about the estimate time that's supposed to be done, because then I can go back to him and say, hey, you said that this is gonna be done at this date, where are you at with that? Give a report back to you, tell you where he's at with it, and then are we able to start the next one? But we do need to have that. I know that I'm not sure what they've done in the past, again, because I'm new. I don't know if we give them a 3-year, but after each phase, we get a approximate date or month that's gonna be done.
But we are approving or disapproving all three
All
phases
three,
tonight, though, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
As far as the timeline goes, obviously, the first phase will tell a lot for us. We have a feasibility that showed very, very strong, that, units would run up at a rapid pace. But you don't know until you do it. We've done other projects and thinking it was gonna lease up really quick, and it doesn't, and vice versa. We're very confident in the Cadillac market, but
Also, when is your grant due? I mean, that would be another question too. Your grant probably stipulates when is your phases or when is the project gonna be finished.
So our
we'll
grant,
also go off of that.
yep, our grant is, has to be used within 2 years, and that is tied to the first phase only. So, as far as the timeline goes, I mean, we're hoping to move through it, in 3 to 4 years, maybe sooner, but, as far as the timeline goes, I guess 5 years, 6 years. If we were gonna be held to a timeline, I guess.
So after the 2 year on the grant money, does that mean then that you have to reapply for phase 2, more grant money, or?
We can, that wouldn't be necessary for phase 2 though, no.
Hopefully phase 1 is running.
Yep, hopefully phase 1's running and we can continue on from there, yep.
Is moving forward going to be contingent on your grant? On receiving it?
No, I don't think so. The brownfield, absolutely, we needed that to make it all work.
Yeah.
As far as, the MI neighborhood grant, I think, either way we would do it. It would just take us a little bit longer to start.
What's the odds look like on that? Yeah.
So
Do you have any indication, or do you just put your application in and?
it's geared upon a whole region, and it's pretty stringent because you have to be totally shovel ready. Hence tonight in the special meeting and hopefully getting approval. Part of it also is tied to financing. You have to have all your financing and a commitment letter with that, and you have to show all your funds, so that, you know, part of it would be the grant and part of it would be our own capital stack. So, yeah, it's the likelihood. I think it's pretty good if you get it in right away. Yeah.
What time frame does it take them to get back with you?
2 to 4
Obviously,
weeks.
you can't do anything until you got that,
Yeah.
or no, or you can
Yep.
move forwards.
I think we could move forward with some site work, some of the mass grading and getting some of that stuff done, but clearing the site, prepping. But yeah, I think it's kind of I think they said 2 weeks, so it's pretty quick. That you'd hear back. So they have a couple weeks to review your application and give you a yay or nay. And basically on the front end, we've had so many meetings with them, because we started this process probably a year ago also. Yeah, they basically said if you meet all our criteria, we have no reason to fail you. So we have a list of bullet points to meet, and yeah, this is one of them tonight.
I'd like to make a motion.
Go for it.
Mr. Chair, subject to certain bases and conditions, I make a motion to approve the final site plan RPUD as a special land use based upon existing city zoning, comprehensive plan and housing objective, kind of compliance and responsiveness, adding needed multifamily housing, supporting neighborhood growth, and complying with infrastructure and design standards. Those are the bases, and the conditions laid out by staff being the 7 laid out by Teresa, the 6 in the report, as well as the MDOT right-of-way requirements, I believe, is the new number 2 in your conditions. That is my motion.
Excellent.
That work?
Perfect.
Support.
Basher?
Support or yes?
Either one.
Either.
You have your support.
First it was support, and if we're doing a roll call,
Perfect.
yes.
Yeah, okay. Bunce, Fent,
Yes.
Putvin,
Yes.
Van Pelt, Host,
Yes.
Yes.
Rice, Shippers, Bauman.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Start digging.
Go build
Thanks
us
for
some
your
apartments.
Yeah, absolutely. We will. Thanks again for your time tonight and being willing to do the special meeting. We really appreciate it.
We appreciate your project. It's a needed item.
So get some of that money.
Go
and
get
keep
some
it
of that
in our
money.
community.
That's
There,
right.
exactly.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
Thank you all. You're welcome to hang a second, or you can, I'll give you a minute if people want to vacate, whatever. We still got a little bit to discuss. Okay, no old business. Communications. Teresa's gonna update us, I think, on zoning code rewrite update.
Yes, last week, Danielle, Abigail, and myself, we all met with Progressive. Progressive asked us a lot of questions. It was basically an introduction to the team, to our team, to their team. I also did a review of the last 5 years, what came in front of the Zoning Board of Appeals, because that also gives us a indication on what items that are stressed or don't work out for people in the community for the past 5 years for the Zoning Board of Appeals. A lot of them are setbacks. That was the main one for most of them. There were some other issues, but that actually gave me the zoning ordinance number, so then we can reference back and give that to Progressive to say, this might be a weak area or an area that is very old. We need to review this and update it. So we went through that. We're gonna be meeting every 2 weeks, and we're just gonna get some input from all of you. If you wanna email me, call me, set a time to meet with me, to go over some of the things that you feel that are just very cumbersome or not easy for the community or are very old and need some updating. I mean, one of the big areas we know is signs. So we really wanna look through that zoning ordinance, but there's a lot more to that. I also have a committee that is gonna be kind of assisting us with this. Do you remember what we called it? We had I know it's a committee, a group, but I'm having John Wallace be on that group with me and several other individuals, just to say, hey, this is what we've worked with over the last few years. These are the things that we find that could have an update or need to be looked at again. So, especially with our community growing and getting larger and trying to see what other communities have, seeing what our zoning ordinance looks like to other neighboring communities or even communities that are similar to our size. So it's gonna be a good rewrite, I think. So as soon as we get some that are rewritten or suggestions, that's when I'll start bringing those to you on every meeting. Any questions on that?
How did and I wasn't here at the last meeting, but how did the B3 addition as a special use go at city council? Did that?
Yep, that got passed.
Yeah.
Yep. Got
And the
passed.
mayor said we do a great job. She put in a good plug for our board.
Yes,
Cause I
she
went
did.
back and watched the meeting.
Yep, she
So-
did. But yeah. And again, we're not sure how it got missed or why it got missed,
Right.
so.
Yeah.
Well, there was opposition to it when it was brought up.
At the council meeting prior.
Right, well,
Right.
way back a ways.
The B3 piece never had any opposition, I don't think.
Not
It
re-
was
I-
it was the Pine Street one that did.
Well,
Agreed.
and I could be,
Greg's right.
my memory could be wrong. The building next to, so the Four Winds Test Center and the apartment building next to, I think are
Cause they
B3.
didn't wanna open
The
a can
south
of
And
worms
there
there.
was,
Yep, you're right.
there was opposition there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
The
due to
test
the
center
fact
definitely
that
is,
Joe
yeah.
had special land use tied to it, has to come in front of it.
Yeah.
Would make it easier.
Oh, yes. Certain specific opposition.
Yes.
There, I hear you.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, I mentioned the name, he says, yeah.
I did not.
Landowner in the
I'm
surrounding
sorry.
community.
I'm sorry, I should have laughed.
Oh, you're not to board member comment yet.
I can be if
Well, as
Teresa's
long as
done
Teresa's
what she's
done.
done with Teresa. so-
For in your staff report, would you be willing to put in your recommended motion?
Sure,
Because I can be led. You just
Okay.
need to point me to where you want me to go.
sure.
I can also make it up, but then you get a lot of extra words that you probably don't want, so.
But no, I can. It just depends. I'm still trying to feel all of you out. You know, I don't want to make big, huge changes and do stuff, but yes, I can do that.
It gives us a good direction, and then, you know, council can jump in and, you know, make a recommendation, you should tweak this, that, or next thing, but it gives us
Okay,
a target.
That'd be great.
sure, absolutely.
That way it comes across, we're all on the same page. Yeah, okay.
Joe's used to billing for words.
Long time ago.
Okay, board member comments, you still need a window, I'll open
Good.
another one.
That was it.
That was a perfect, yeah,
For me, it was.
perfect. Our public, pretty much left, so we have no more comments there, no other business, the staff doesn't mind. Do you have any closing comments, Miss Teresa, cause I cut you off last meeting,
No, I have nothing else at this time.
so I'm learning to ask, and, okay.
Motion to adjourn.
And Danielle,
Nope, sorry.
What's that?
okay, motion to adjourn, we're out. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.